From hilarious confusion...
some sour cream. And I said, no, but you can have some of this sweet cream. I was joking.
Yeah.
Semen.
Thanks for clarifying that, by the way.
Yeah.
To downright absurdity.
There.
Somebody told me Black Guys Come has music in it. Have you heard that?
Here are some of the most ridiculous Theo Von moments ever.
Yeah.
Bees are dying from the heat.
Is it the heat?
Yep, they're evaporating, they ejaculate, and their whole body blows up.
Is that real?
Bring it up, Jamie. I'm gonna do something in here today.
Look at this.
Theo Von's mind is like a vending machine. You never know what you're gonna get. But in his case, it's always something hilarious.
Dude,
But you're that dude. You go deep with whatever the you're doing.
I
Let's
like
go.
to get right on the... I like to be a peeping Tom if I can. I'll watch your whole family eat dinner. I used to love that.
Honestly, half the time Theo talks, even he's surprised by what comes out of his mouth. But trust me, if you think this is unexpected, the next moment will make you question everything you thought you knew about logic.
Ben Simmons is like a Mick. He's a I think he's black and white, right? He played at LSU. He's a great basketball player.
What does it have to do with his sexuality?
But he's beige. You know what I'm saying? He's beige. Does it? You know what I'm saying? Does it end? Because we don't. There we go.
He's basically a meme generator disguised as a comedian. Think that's outrageous?
So next thing you know, we're puffing out, getting gassed out with Big Richard, baby. And he told me, bring your buddies over, bring your buddies. So now me and all my buddies are over there. And then he took us to a Marilyn Manson concert, bro.
Theo Von proves daily that reality is just a suggestion. Speaking of weird, the next one might actually break your brain.
And I've always wanted to ask you this. Do you feel Asian? Like, does it feel Asian when you wake up in the morning?
No. That's a funny thing. That's a good question, dude. That's ridiculous.
Is it really?
Yeah, because I wake up, I don't even think about it.
Really?
Yeah, this is what the first, every time I wake up, what time is it? And then I go,
That's what I think.
Theo's logic is like unstable Wi-Fi. It drops out when you least expect it. If that made you laugh, brace yourself for what's coming next.
I got to let you know, what's a country you might visit, man, if you ever could visit somewhere?
I would say Germany.
Okay. Would you ever go back to your homeland, your family's homeland, you think?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sure, buddy.
Every Theo Von story feels like waking up mid-dream and trying to explain it. But if you thought that was bizarre, the next one is completely off the rails.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, very much. Yeah. So me and her though went over to Big Richard's, bro. So next time he said, well, why don't you just come next time and watch a football? I said, okay, Big Richard, I'll come over.
If Nonsense had an official mascot, it'd have Theo's haircut. Believe it or not, things only get stranger from here.
I remember the first day in our neighborhood, this dude, Milford, was fighting this senior citizen right in the street. Mr. Polito was his name. And he threw him into a ditch fire. Yeah, and he threw him right in that bitch, dude. And then, bro, here's the craziest part. He came out that bitch, dog.
On fire?
Yeah, people were fucking cheering.
Theo Von makes being ridiculous look way too easy. Speaking of easy laughs, check out the insanity in this next moment.
Pigeons and got him to shit over the dent.
Oh, you just held the pigeon over there? You kept feeding it?
Squeezed it a
We
little?
didn't feed them. They'll shit pretty soon after you hold them. And we turned it in, and when it had this kind of, just a shit finish, I guess, on it.
I'm convinced Theo's brain runs exclusively on expired batteries, constantly glitching in the most entertaining way possible. If you think that's a stretch, just wait.
We are high, so then it
You were
became
on a
like...
date, by the way. If you went to that and then afterwards had steak, you were on a date.
We didn't think of it, man. That's
Oh
how
my
pedophiles
God.
get you, man, because you don't think it's a thing. You don't think it's a date. You think it's just eating steak with a man.
Watching Theo Von speak is like seeing someone gracefully slip on ice. It shouldn't work, but somehow it does, and you just can't look away. And just when you thought it couldn't get any funnier, he hits you with something even wilder.
And I went into the financial aid office, and We had this cute little black woman that worked in there named Miss Linda. And I remember trying to get financial aid specifically for poor white kids. There was no programs, you know? Specifically for poor. She said, you got to be black, Latino, Native American, Pacific Islander, like surfers.
Theo doesn't just think outside the box. Honestly, he forgot where he put it in the first place. If you thought that was off the charts, just wait for what's coming next. It's going to make you question where he even gets his ideas.
With fascinating people.
Our brilliant guest today is already taking the piss out of us. It's the amazing American comedian Theo Von. Welcome to Trigonometry.
You guys have, we call it autism.
I'm never entirely sure if Theo's joking, but I'm always entertained. And speaking of confusing, this next moment will have you laughing, even though you have no idea what's going on. Just trust that it's worth it.
Yeah, we're gonna have an apron on.
Space
bare
elk.
ass showing out of the
Space
back.
elk.
Yeah, dude. Eating moon meats.
Dude, what's it called? The ivermectin?
Theo Von's thoughts are so random, even Google can't keep up with his train of thought. Just when you think you've heard the strangest thing, get ready. The next story is a whole other level of hilarious confusion.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh my God. Oh
having
my
to go
God.
on the news and talk about something? Oh my God, bro.
Listening to Theo is like accidentally jumping into a conversation halfway through, but somehow it's still hilarious. If that made you chuckle, you'll definitely want to stick around for the next one. It's about to get even more absurd.
I went in the kitchen to get something. And Scotty yelled at me. He goes, hey, man, can you get me some sour cream? Because that a baked potato come with a side item.
Sure.
He goes, hey, can you get me a...
Theo's ideas aren't from left field. They're from a completely different planet. You think that's a stretch? Wait until you hear the next one.
And only in my neighborhood, dude. Only to give back to the community.
You need like a Venn diagram. Was given to you.
Yeah, to give back what's given to me, man. You got to keep going, man. You got to get back to your roots, man.
Theo, you're from Louisiana. What do you think about this guy?
Yeah.
Theo Von is the human equivalent of a typo you hope nobody ever fixes. And speaking of amusing mistakes, check out what's coming up next.
Dude, home is a good place, really. It's a good place to have a friend. It's real soft down there. The land is real soft.
Theo Von was clearly born to confuse and amuse in equal measure. And trust me, the next moment ups the ante even more.
Half of male honeybees will die in this manner within 6 hours. With more sensitive individuals dying after only 2 or 3 hours.
The headline is the manner there.
Oh, bees ejaculating themselves to death in heat waves.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Oh my God,
Spring
you're
break,
telling the
baby.
truth.
He always manages to make me question reality in the best possible way, making everything feel just a little more surreal. If you thought that one was mind-bending, just wait until the next one. It's sure to throw you off completely.
I'd love to stay, but...
Oh, and his family partially owned the place. It was a business next door. They sold wine. Like Gary V or whatever that guy's name is, Jerry V.
If, wait, what? Had a spokesperson, Theo Von would have a lifetime gig. And if you think that's a funny image, get ready for the next one. It's even more outlandish and guaranteed to leave you scratching your head.
Right? And my girlfriend's like, what? And she couldn't turn her neck that good, actually, I remember. But she had, I think, early, what's it called when you get like stiffness in your back?
Like
and neck?
arthritis.
Yeah.
Early onset arthritis.
Childhood
EOA.
arthritis.
Listening to Theo is like riding a roller coaster without a seatbelt. Dangerous, unpredictable, but oddly enjoyable. And speaking of thrill rides, get ready for the next moment. Things are about to get even more chaotic.
Oh, you still have silverware in your house? Fucking sell it. And then he shows up and he'll like hug the dude. The guy can't even, he has no way to get food in his mouth, you know?
Theo Von says things that only make sense at 3 a.m. when the world is half asleep and completely off kilter. And just when you thought you couldn't get any more confused, the next moment is about to take you down a rabbit hole of pure madness.
What's a country you might visit, man? If you ever could visit somewhere.
I would say Germany.
Okay. Would you ever go back to your homeland, your family's homeland, you think?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sure, buddy. What I'm telling you is about Babel.
He's like that funny friend your mom always warned you about. The one who makes you laugh and question every decision you've ever made. Think that's relatable? Wait until you hear the next one. It's even more dangerous to your sense of sanity.
So then after that, it started getting like, I'll take one of y'all to Vegas if you want to go. Just big offers, And I mean, it's a small town, so it's like, dude, you want to go to Vegas? We'd never even heard, we'd seen maybe a drawing of Vegas or somebody scream it or somebody, yelling it while they're beating their wife or whatever,
Theo's stories prove you don't need logic to become legendary. Just a little bit of chaos and a lot of charm. And if you enjoyed that, wait till you hear what happens next. It's a pure comedy train wreck you won't want to miss.
It'll cure Down syndrome, bro. I beat it.
How you beat it?
There was a lot of rumors in my town that I beat Down syndrome.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's inspiring, man.
That's how I felt when I heard them, because I didn't start them.
Sometimes I'm pretty sure even Theo can't tell the difference between reality and imagination, and that's what makes him so unpredictable. Speaking of unpredictable, get ready for what's coming up next. Your brain won't be able to catch up.
This is Kid Rock's, honey. That's who's making this shit. That is for sure if it's got semen in it.
Dude, we had this pedophile dude in our town, right? Big Richard.
You don't say.
He used to bait us all with autographed Shaquille O'Neal stuff to come and spend
How
time.
did he get that?
Theo Von's thoughts skip all filters and go straight to comedy gold. And speaking of comedy gold, wait till you hear what's next.
And then he wakes up and every time he got those just cold-hearted snakes, bruh. Them ice cold freaking clip digits. He's got just carpal tunnel 7,000 every single time. What was your question, man? I can't remember what you were asking about. Cauliflower pizza?
He's basically the friendly neighborhood chaos generator of comedy. But trust me, things only get more chaotic from here.
But I'd come in after we've been out there smoking weed. I'd come in and I'd be like, Mr. Mike, man, they were being, I don't know, Richard was over and people were just being kind of
touchy-feely.
Yeah, it's just real strange out there.
You bait him? Did you bait him?
Yeah, bro. So then, dude, my friends Adam would come back inside, man, and his dad would be like, what in the you boys been doing out there? You've been queering.
And queering as a verb is very funny.
Oh, you've been queering around, boys? And he would just,
Theo's stories really should come with subtitles, just to make sense of the madness. If that one confused you, the next one's even more puzzling.
Thanks for clarifying that, by the way.
Yeah. So Big Richard's in the other room, bro, and I hear him go, can I have some? And that's when all of our brains were just like, whoa.
Oh, no.
Bro, you could feel all fucking four of us that were over there.
Started to connect.
He turns randomness into an art form without even trying. And if you thought that was impressive, wait till you see Theo's most ridiculous moment yet in our next video.